China to be world's top superpower in just 10 years as it overtakes America's military and economic might. Expert 1. China will blast the United States off the top spot to become the world's top economic and military power within the next decade, experts have said. As the ruling Communist Party marked the 100th birthday this week, President Xi Jinping, 68, said foreign forces attempting to bully China will get their heads bashed as he threw down a gauntlet to the West. And the giant nation is on course to overtake the United States and become the biggest economic powerhouse, Professor Kerry Brown of the Lau China Institute at King's College London told the Sun Online. Economically barring total disaster for China, it will be the largest economy sometime in the next decade, Professor Brown told the Sun. It will be a superpower with Chinese characteristics, meaning it will want a major space for its own ambitions, but it won't want to take on leadership of the rest of the world. Relations look set to be pretty frosty for the future. It does not desire to become the West or have the West become like it. It comes as China has boasted its success in tackling COVID, despite Western doubts over its claims amid allegations of a cover up, while the US has struggled with the world's worst outbreak. With a fierce speech in Tiananmen Square on Thursday, President Xi said the people of China would never allow any foreign force to bully, oppress, or subjugate them. And meanwhile, his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin also taunted the US this week and said the US dominance as the world's number one superpower is over. Anyone who dares to try to do that will have their heads bashed bloodily against the Great Wall of Steel forged by over 1.4 billion Chinese people, he said, sparkling applause from an audience of 70,000 gathered in the massive square in central Beijing. Xi said the nation must accelerate the modernization of national defense and the armed forces in order to safeguard its sovereignty, security, development, elevating them to the world-class standards. But China's rapid military modernization has fueled growing concern among its Asian neighbors and in the West. The People's Liberation Army now has the world's second largest annual budget after the US Armed Forces and has been adding sophisticated new aircraft showcased in a flyover at the start of the centenary ceremony featuring a squadron of China's J-20 stealth fighters. The country is enmeshed in a deepening rivalry with the United States for global power status and has seen recent clashes with India along their disputed border, and China's ambitions show no sign of dampening. Ashok Swing, professor of peace and conflict research at Sweden's Uppsala University, believes China will get their upper hand both economically and militarily on bilateral terms in the next decade. The US is spending on its military at least 3 times more than China, but China is spending more and more every year to modernize its military and develop new weapons, the 56-year-old told The Sun. China under Xi Jinping has become very different from what it was expected to be 10 years ago, when the Chinese Communist Party was celebrating its 90th anniversary. There is no hope anymore of regular transitions of power or some openness in the political system. Xi now has total control of the country, party, and military. Robert Sutter of George Washington University's Elliott School of International Affairs warned that Xi is setting up China for a protracted struggle with the US. In foreign affairs, it involves growth of wealth and power, with China unencumbered as it pursues its very self-centered policy goals at the expense of others and other prevailing world order, Shutter said. New data has revealed how the Communist Party ranks swelled by 2.43 million in 2020, the largest annual gain since Xi became president in 2013 to 95.15 million members now. Xi has eliminated limits on his time in office and he is expected to begin a third 5 year term as party leader next year. But his dangerous concentration of power and his silencing of opposition forces could lead to problems. Professor Shaun Brinsim from Warwick University warned. One of the potential dangers of becoming too good at silencing opposition and critical voices is that you can lose sight of how much opposition and criticism there really is. The professor of politics and international study stole the sun online. Thank you.